What is up, A team? Welcome back. AuzSOME here. Hope everyone's having an awesome day. So I'm here to talk about Pepe, and the big question out there, I think a lot of people want to know is, can this be the next Shib? I mean, everyone's asking the question, can this be the next Shib? One thing I know for sure is that the excitement has sort of come back into cryptocurrency. Something we've been missing for well over a year now is a nice little run, and it seems like the meme coins sort of bring that rally into cryptocurrency. And as you can see right here, I mean, right now we're actually bringing the memes back. I mean, the meme season's sort of come in here, and Pepe is leading this charge. Pepe becomes the third largest meme coin, outperforming that of Doge and Shib, which we can actually see right here. It's been outperforming them over the last few days. I mean, you're seeing a lot of money actually leave these meme coins and come into Pepe here, and Pepe's been performing like none other. You can actually see right now it's been performing so well that it's actually ranked 97 right now on CoinGecko. And that's an incredible thing to say. I mean, it's only been out for roughly 12 days or so, 11, 12 days, and it's already ranked 97. The amount of volume, that sheer volume that's coming through here is just insane. It blows my mind. You go back and you sort of look at Doge. I mean, Doge is ranked number 8 right now, and as you can see right here, Shib is ranked 15. If you guys don't remember, I mean, when Shib first came out, there were so many articles. I'm looking through right here on Google, all these articles of the Dogecoin killer, Shiba Inu crypto. I mean, that's really what Shiba banked themselves on, was that they were the Dogecoin killer. And that was such great marketing back then, because if you guys don't remember, I mean, a lot of people came into cryptocurrency because of Doge. Like, I first got into crypto, I bought Ethereum, and then I got really into for Doge and things like that. And then Shiba came, right? And we all got into Shiba and sort of rode that ride. People that didn't really get into Shiba beforehand, it's probably gonna be tough for them to know that feeling. But the people like myself that bought into Shib early on in the Shiba days, followed Shiba all the way through everything and into what it is now, can actually talk on the feeling that they get here. And I can say that there are some good vibes when it comes to Pepe. Will Pepe ever be that of what Shib did? I don't know. Shib has done an amazing thing in this space that it's going to be really hard for any other project to replicate. Can Pepe pass him in terms of just volume, or in terms of, maybe ranking on CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap? Yeah, maybe they could probably rank into the top 10, 15, somewhere in that part, and challenge Shib in terms of that. But in terms of like return on your investment, I think that that's going to be a really hard thing to do. And what I say is that when you start to go back and really look at what Shib did from an all-time low standpoint, and really what they were able to do for returns here, I mean, right now they're down 88% from their all-time high, and they're still up almost 12 million% from their all-time low. I mean, the return on investment for this is just it's insane. No other crypto has returned sums like that. I mean, it's just a massive amount. When you look at Pepe right now, Pepe's again performing very, very well. But when you scroll down and you take a look at like sort of what they were able to do here, they're at 4,000%. And so, basically right now, if you go back and we could take a look at this, Shib is sitting about almost a 6 million in terms of market cap. Pepe right now is sitting about 478 million. They were roughly about 5 million or 500 million yesterday, to come down just slightly. So let's just say that they get the 500 million. That would be a 10x from where they're at. So they'd be sitting about roughly a 40,000% return, right? Still, Shib in terms of percentage wise in returns is just crazier than that, right? So even if they got to where Shib was today, it would be basically a 10x from where they're at right now, maybe a 12x, somewhere in that ballpark, right? So again, not that high in terms of return on investment. However, they could beat them in terms of market cap and things like that. When you start to look back at like what Shib was able to do, and you start to really peel this back on how, like, looking at their chart and you go pull back on this whole thing, when they were all the way up here, you can see they're pumping almost 32 billion in 24-hour trade volume just on this pump alone right here. And when you start to look back, I mean, that almost equated to 50 billion market cap. They almost got to a 50 billion market cap during this bull run. That's how crazy Shib was going. 50 billion. So for Pepe to actually even get to a 50 billion from where it's at right now would be roughly about 100x from where you're at right now. So it put it about a 400,000% from where it's at, rough give or take, right? So still at that point, even a return on investment standpoint, it's not going to be that of Shib, but it's going to be a crazy, crazy return on your investment, no matter how you look at it, right? Even if you bought in today for $1,000 and it were to hit a 50 billion market cap as of today, that's still a 100x, right? That's $100,000. So you turned $1,000 into $100,000. I mean, the odds of that happening are very, very slim. I'm never going to say that they're not there, because we all thought that, a lot of people thought that was SHIB when it first came out, and that's why a lot of people doubted it. But what I will say here is, if you start to really zoom in on SHIB right here, you start to really zoom in on what SHIB was about, and start to see this initial pump right here. It sort of gives me that first initial vibe of what Pepe is right here, right? You're into this 400 and 142 million, then you pump up to into the 420s and into the fives, right? Into this initial pump of what SHIB was, right at this little cusp right there where I'm zooming in on. If you go back and you look at Pepe, Pepe is doing sort of the same thing as of right now. I mean, here's the chart. And you can see, I mean, we're starting to do the same exact volumes, right? If not a little bit more in terms of volume. But this is like this pump right now of what we're seeing here, and it's because it's so early with Pepe, is what we saw back here in this initial pump with Shiba. And look how far back that was. I mean, look how much that thing ran before, from this is where I bought on SHIB right here. SHIB is where I bought, right in this area. And this thing went absolutely crazy, dude. Absolutely crazy. And so yeah, I don't know if it will ever get the same amount of return on your investment that SHIB did, but you never know. It could potentially pass them in terms of market cap, especially early on. If it actually were to get above a 6 billion market cap, who knows? It could keep going, right? You're seeing a lot of money leave these markets and come in here. The one thing that sort of when you start to really peel back, and what Pepe is here, is their wallet allocations. I mean, you go back and you see how much money is actually in these wallets, and it's crazy. So, unfortunately, look at these, dude. They don't even have enough liquidity to cover some of these top wallets, right? I mean, their total liquidity, if you go back and look on the decentralized side, they have 2.60 in their V3 pool. And then in their V2 pool, they have 7.54. So on total, they have roughly about 10 million in liquidity in all reality, right? When you're starting to look at these numbers here. So, but when you pull back and you look at these up here, some of these wallets up here hold a crazy amount. And unfortunately, when you have wallets like this, you just don't know what these people are going to do, right? Could they sell on the community? Are they going to take the price impacts and do these things? I don't know. This is the only downfall what Pepe is, and being on the decentralized side, is that there's just a lot of wallets holding a lot of money that far exceed that of any of the total liquidity that's out there, right? If they have 10 million in liquidity, but that some of these wallets hold way more than that, it could be a little bit concerning, right? Especially when you're looking at it right now. However, like I said, SHIB was the same way. SHIB started to accumulate a lot of these too. We're just going to really have to sort of play this out. One other negative thing too, when it comes to Pepe, is that the trust for centralized exchanges to list these, right? It's gonna take a while for these top tier centralized exchanges to probably build trust and ensure that nothing negative happens, because they don't want traders to actually get hurt by these meme coins. That's probably their biggest fear. Like CZ came out and said, like, hey, we're willing to list anything out there. Really, we just want to know that people are going to use it, they're going to trade it, and it's safe, all those things, right? So we want big tier centralized exchanges to list Pepe. I mean, that would be fantastic, especially if you're bought into this. But they probably have to sort of play this out and sort of get a feel for whether this is actually something that's legit or not. It took them quite some time, almost a year, before you started to see Coinbase list SHIB, right? It took them a little, it was like roughly around a year, or a little bit before a year. So it took that long for it to get onto Coinbase. Maybe now, with everything that we know, maybe Pepe gets on some of these top tiers. I don't know. But there are some things you got to look at when you are invested in this. Everything's a risk when it comes to crypto. But the biggest question is, can this be the SHIB killer? I think that it's never going to beat SHIB in terms of return on investment. It's never going to reach that 12 million return on your investment, the 12 million% up. But it could potentially beat them in terms of market cap, right? If people continue to buy in and start exiting some of these meme coins that are out there, especially ones that actually charge tax and stuff like that, which we're starting to see, you're going to see this Pepe grow. And, I'm excited to see where it goes. That's one thing I know, is that it's bringing back a lot of hype here. One positive thing about this is that now more people are going to hear about it. More people are going to jump in. They're going to think it's the next SHIB and have that opportunity, because people did miss the SHIB run, right? And so they are sort of looking for that next SHIB. And could this be that? I don't know. It has good vibes. I have great vibes with it. Will it ever beat them in terms of percentage? I don't think so. However, I do think that they have a potential of beating them in terms of ranking, for sure. Especially with the hype behind it. But you let me know your thoughts. You actually think that this could beat them in terms of percentage? I just don't think mathematically it could do it. Based off the math that we're seeing here, it just can't do it. Doesn't mean it can't be great. Because I do think it can be great based on what they say here, and this is just funny. I mean, I think this is great marketing. I think what they've done is come out here swinging, no tax, just pushing this. This is great, man. I think it could do a lot of great things, and I do think it could pass SHIB in terms of market cap. It could pass Doge in terms of market cap for sure. If this keeps rising at the rate at which it's rising and gets on some of these top tier exchanges. So let me know your thoughts down below if that can actually happen, or if you think that can actually happen. So yeah, with all that said, please leave any questions, comments, or concerns down below. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And with all that said, we're out. Peace out, everyone.